Right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a evening live stream. And today, as stated in the description, I'm going to be looking at some news articles on level crossings across the UK, and I'll probably do any other stuff that you may want me to do as well. That I can do, of course. And also feel free to ask any questions if you want to, as long as they're appropriate as well. And comments that are not rude as well. And any rude comments that are posted in the comment section will be moderated. So let's get on with the stream then. Hello to MCLA Trains UK, AC Trains, Alice Butler, Network Southwest, and CPR 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's get screen share on, shall we? Hello to David Scriven as well. Right. Screen share is going on in 3. Hold on. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. So, firstly, let's. A minute. Let's just close these down because we don't need them for now. Firstly, let's type level crossing UK. I've already typed it once or a number of times. So, news. Let's look at the most recent ones then. So there's one 35 minutes ago by Be Wiser Insurance. Nearly 50 vehicles a week hit by trains on level crossings. National Rail has issued a warning to motorists after new data revealed nearly 50 incidents take place on level crossings every week. The RAC reports drivers are being warned of the dangers of getting distracted at level crossings, as new figures show an increase in cars involved in near misses with trains. Figures released by National Rail reveal that 46 incidents take place on level crossings every week across the UK, leading to 6 deaths over the past 5 years. According to the figures, lorries make up almost a third, or 32%, of all level crossing incidents, but cars are not far behind, accounting for 28% of collisions. A survey accompanying the figures found that while distractions cause drivers to overlook warning lights, a worrying 26% of motorists have never been taught how to use level crossings. Collisions with trains are often caused by motorists disregarding box junction rules at level crossings and leaving themselves trapped when trains approach. Box junction rules dictate that vehicles should not enter the yellow hatched area over the tracks unless their exit is clear, but many motorists ignore this, leaving them vulnerable to collisions with fast approaching trains. The study also found that a worrying 11% of drivers would drive onto a level crossing if they had checked the timetable and believed there was no train coming. This is despite freight trains and other services that are not listed on the public timetable using railway lines, often reaching speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. And I'm just gonna leave it here. And an underpass proposed a solution to close Chichester level crossings. Yeah, for some reason it's showing a German one. So underpass solution to close Chichester level crossings. Considering the many crossing locations and numerous times each crossing activates per day, 50 a week isn't that bad. Right. Proposed underpass to replace the Basin Road level crossing. An underpass beneath the city's railway line has been proposed as a way of closing two Chichester level crossings. A master plan for the area, stretching from the Law Courts to the Canal Wharf, was agreed by the Chichester District Council back in November. Instead, the Stockbridge Road level crossing will be restricted to buses, pedestrians, cyclists, and emergency access, while Basin Road and the Southgate Giratory, I think that's pronounced, would be realigned. Instead of a bridge over the railway line, its master plan proposes a road underpass in Basin Road as a way of closing two level crossings. I'm going to just sort of leave it there, really. And I've just found this as well. I can hear the dog crying. Council to write to Minister over improvements needed at railway crossing. Manningtree says, I can tell. Council leader Neil Stock is writing to Chris Grayling, the Secretary of State for Transport, calling for faster improvements to Manningtree Rail Crossing. Drivers can face long delays when the level crossing is closed, with an alternative height and width restricted underpass not being able to cope with demand. The road is busy not only with local traffic, but also provides a key link between Essex and Suffolk. Is a resilience route if there are closures on the A12 between Colchester and Ipswich. So that's probably about all I'm going to read on this one. And there's another article about Manningtree. Manningtree crossing action demanded from Transport Secretary. Improvements Improvements must be made to a vital rail crossing on the Suffolk and Essex border if the area is to be able to grow as needed. It's basically it's the same sort of thing, really. Looks a great proposal. Hopefully the project will progress quicker than the Chichester bypass improvements. Hello to Surrey train spotting. So I think that's probably about all I'm going to read for now. Next, I'm going to move on to roadworks.org. And see if there's any planned works going on at any level crossings on public roads. So Arriva Trains Wales are no more. They are Transport for Wales. Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, I know about that. Firstly, I'm going to check around my local area. Then I'll look at the more further afield crossings. I'm going to check my most local one. There's nothing for my local. What about Hartlebury? Nothing for Hartlebury either. Do I play Train Simulator? From time to time, yes. Hello to TK Trains. Let's look at Cradley then. See if there's anything planned over there. Oh yes. Well, to be honest, I think I've seen this before. Blackdown level crossing is quite bad for misuse. Well, yeah, in some ways, yes. I think it's probably one of the most misused in Worcestershire. Although it's not the most misused around the Midlands. And it's not the most misused on this line either. On this, because there's on the line from Birmingham to Worcester, there is 4 crossings. There's Hartlebury, then Blakedown, and then Cradley Heath and Langley Green. And the crossing that is a real black spot for misuse is Langley Green. It's literally a black spot for misuse, that one. And that's over here. Because I went there because the one time I went there about 3 years ago, someone actually jumped over the barrier and walked across the crossing when the barriers were lowered. Oh, actually, I'll show you the video of that actually. You know, I'll show you this now actually. So, Langley Green level crossing. Need to find the video first. Oh yes, a car also weaved around the barriers as well, as you can see here. I'm not going to show. I'm not going to show that one though. You could look that up yourself. Because this isn't my video. Where is it? Misuse. There we go. Langley Green level crossing with Passer. So as you can see, the barrows are going down now for a train going towards Stourbridge.
Oh, really?
That guy. You saw that. I'm sure a lot of you can remember this one. Now they get down. Sorry, my dog's just come into the room, and she's trying to get on the sofa. What? Ignore that. I just clicked on Discord for a second. I saw this weird dude, whatever that is. A guy went through the red light at Whitehead Foot Crossing, and the train was just around the corner. Oh my god. I've got quite a lot of issues at Blightdown. Most recent one is this one. The two boys went across a crossing and caused it to hangman. Oh yeah, I remember the one in December last year. Yeah, I'll look it up right now actually. In the middle, please. So I need to find that video. So it's not this one. It's definitely not that one. Where is it? Ah, there it is. It's this one. 15 likes and 442 views. Yeah, for whatever reason, those two girls that run across the crossing just sort of had a go at this kid for not going across with them. So hang on, let's go back. So it's those two there that was just run across the crossing, and this kid on the left, if I go back, right there in that coat there, obviously, well, I'm not sure if he actually knows how to use a level crossing correctly, but he certainly didn't seem to want to go across. That's for sure. Yeah, those girls were absolutely screaming all over the flipping place, like it's I don't know, like they want to get killed or something. I don't know really. Of course, hearing all that rubbish from them, it just kind of got me really frustrated because they were saying stuff like "We hate you" to that kid. He literally didn't even do anything to them, and they basically said, "You're so like." They're basically saying to him, "We hate you. You're so lame," and stuff like that. It's just cruel. Sorry, what am I doing? I keep clicking on Discord. By the way, did one of the girls you said you do you like trends in your last minute video? Yes, yeah, I did actually. Because I literally went back towards the crossing just before the second train came, and you know, one of them was like, "Do you like trains and stuff like that?" Um, I'm going to show you some more misuse clips actually that I have taken, of course, not anybody else's. Um, let's have a look at this one. This one I made in 2016. Level crossing misuse and I just yeah. I put level crossing misuse and near misses. Level crossing misuse and near misses slash clips hashtag one. It's got 30 likes, 2,409 views, and yeah, 4 dislikes, which I don't really care about because they're just dislikes and they're literally nothing to me. So I put, do any of you think that misusing the level crossing is a sensible idea? And I put, listen up, it isn't. Stop when lights show. Would it kill to wait? This is what you must do. The level crossing activates. Shown in the video as follows. Yeah, I use Marshbrook as an example. This car pulls up and just stops. Now let's move on to the misuses and near misses slash clips. No, I'm gonna skip this one because well, I don't know. There was someone on a scooter that just sort of yeah, that one. They just wanted to be on video. Don't ask why. Yep, don't dash when red lights flash. Car goes across on the red. Yeah, that's the misuse you just saw earlier. Yeah, he went across. Kind of debatable that one, to be fair, because he looked to have been already on the crossing when the lights turned red. Here goes through the red. Yeah, this is the paint in this one from 2015. This guy goes across, which you can just see a bit. Stone, a car goes across on the red. That green car. Another video from Langley Green. When it had halogens, this blue car goes through it. And then this guy was just walking across. Someone running across a crossing. Sorry about the terrible footage. Yeah, that's all I got back at that time. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just jumping the barriers. Well, people are going to mind you if you're going to jump barriers. Trust me. um, let's put it down to level crossing misuse. I'll put Will Scriven cut because I'm use my videos. Find find some. Let's have a look at some more actually. So let's have a look at Bentley Heath from a couple of years. This car goes across. I remember when M Trains did this like level crossing misuse documentary, but for whatever reason, it looks to have taken it down. That one is already seen. Let's have a look at this one. So this was a fairly recent one. Yeah, these two. I know these two because they go to my school, but I'm not mentioning any names for privacy reasons. There was one more recently. A car went just literally on this video. What looked literally as the lights came on. This car came along, and he clearly did that deliberately because literally the moment the lights came on, this driver put his foot on the accelerator. Like literally, he put his foot on the accelerator. Mini car driver. What else is there? Misuse from March. What's that got to show? Oh yeah, this kid comes along and runs across. Yeah, it was obviously quite cold because it's frosty. The audio's on mute. Have you ever been told off for film a level crossing? Not necessarily. Well, there was one time at Cradle Eve where I was filming and this station staff came out and was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm filming the crossing," and then he replied, "You need to ask for permission. No rail property and all that rubbish." Yes, I deliberately switched the audio off because, well, we can't really hear it if the audio was on anyway. Oh crap! My battery's running up. Just noticed that. There we go. Is there any more that I haven't looked at? Or I would assume there is quite a few more actually. I don't know why there's not all of them. Let's put misuse before that. Level crossing. Misuse. Level crossing Lord Scriven. Oh yeah, there's more. There's loads more. Oh yes. That's what I'm talking about. One from the 11th of May 2017. Yet again, school children that come from my school again. Seen this one. I've seen that one. I'll come to this one in a minute. Another one from the 11th of May. I went there later that day actually because after I came back from school. This guy ran across and just walked across casually. Was that a teacher? No, it wasn't. It was a student. The guy in the blue blazer. That was a student, not a teacher. Not gonna lie, I've never known a school teacher actually go across on the level crossing on the red lights before. Oops. Another one from May 2017. From the same person again in the blue blazer. Hello to Jarton669. And no, it's not. Wait, is it? I don't know really. Another video from 2016. Let's have a look. Seen this one? Oh, I haven't seen this one. I caught one at Hartlebury as well, actually. Right. This one also. Oh yes, in this video, it's that video with the two people on the scooter. One on the scooter, one on the bike. It's the same people in this video. Those two running across. It was them two. These ones. Yes, you can see them more clearly in this video. So yeah, these two here. It was them. It was these two that misused the other day. I've seen them do that twice actually now. Like go across on the red. That was the first time I saw them do it, and the second time was the other day. Now for the big video. My coverage of level crossing misuse as of the 14th of September to 20. Let's have a look at this. All Scriven 13 Productions presents to you. My coverage of level crossing misuse plus trespasses as of September 2017. Yeah, some of these you've already seen before. Yeah, doing that person or Whopper would end pretty badly, to be fair, because trains go up to 100 mile an hour on that line. Yeah, some of these you've seen before because I've featured them in a more recent one as well. There goes another one. You've seen that one before. This one you haven't seen before. For some reason, this didn't get searched. Look, 3 people go across. 3 chavvy-looking people. Guy with a dog. And please ignore the dog barking. Guy goes across on a bike. Why won't Nelly just shut up? 2. Wait, hang on. Wait. No, that wasn't a mission. She went across on the amber. This guy goes for it though. So here we go again. 2 people go for it. Hang on. I'm just gonna get Nelly to just shut the hell up. She's getting on my nerves now. You be quiet. Okay, she's just coming. She's just come in. And she's quieting down now. She's wagging her tail. Okay, she's lying down now. Anyways, back to this. So this was kind of early-ish in the morning, about 8 o'clock this morning. Someone obviously rushing to get to work. Yeah, you've seen this one before. Nelly! Sorry, guys. Nelly, just be quiet. Stop barking your head off. There's nobody here. Is there? See? Nelly's just barking for no apparent reason. Alright, back to this. One minute. So, on this one, 2 people on scooters. You've seen this one before, obviously. And this one. Now she's calmed down now, I think. Oh, she's got up. You've seen this one before. This one I don't think you've seen before, actually. No, you haven't. No, you haven't seen this one before. 2 people go across on this one. So one runs across and another one runs across, and it's that same woman that you saw earlier. Hello, Alfie does gaming and trains. Yeah, car goes across on this one. Yeah, I called that driver an idiot as he went past. He runs across. This one you haven't seen before. And the last one. This one... No, you haven't seen this one before. This guy runs across. And he's also been jumping off platforms and running across the track as well. Painting. Someone on a skateboarder. And that is all. So I'm going to let the dog out because she started crying. Do you want to go out? Do you? Go on then. Right. Back to this. I need to get my cushion back. I always look. What now? What you want to go? Duh. First she wants to go out, and then she wants to come back in. Oh, I don't get that. Right, I'm leaving the door. No, not actually. So first you want to go out, and then you want to come back in. Honestly. Oh. Anyways, back to this. This is why full barrel level crossings in urban areas and stations need footbridges and subways. I'm not sure who videos re-uploaded is. Oh, you're crying again, are you? What do you want? Oh, you want to go out again, do you? Do you? Alright then. Alright, you want a bus then? Sorry guys, I'm getting distracted by my Nelly dog. And she's just hit my screen with her tail. I'm lifting her up, Sorry guys, she's really distracting me at the moment. Alright, then I'll see you back in the kitchen. Oh, she's following me back in. Oh, oh wait, no, she's not. She's just up there. Right then. Hopefully, I shan't get distracted. Oh God. Even more distractions, she started to cry again. Oh, what you? Oh God, you want to play, do you? Well, I guess it's time for playtime, isn't it? Right then, let's put our camera on so we can have a bit of Nelly fun. Hey, have a bit of Nelly fun. Stop sharing. Let's switch your camera on. There we go. So there's Nelly right here, and it is probably her playtime. So let's have a little play around with the dog, shall we? Let's close the blinds. She wants to play, that's why she was crying. Oh my god! Let's lower this down a bit. Oh! Alright. Well, she used a lot of energy used up. Jesus. And she's got it. And she's trying to pull it off me. Nelly, that's mine. Yeah. Mm. She's in a playful mood. That's my crazy voice. I'm gonna make her do a buffalo in here. No, she's not doing it. Let's go back to this, shall we? I bet you guys are enjoying watching this. Because I hope so. Formula One? I sound like Formula One, do I? What? What makes? Oh, Formula One car. When I do that voice, I'm like. Yeah, I do sound a bit like a car when I do that. Actually, I sound like a car engine, like revving up or something. Oh, she let go of it. Oh, that was a record. She went around in circles 6 times then. I'm fine up here. So I can sort of get a quick preview of it. Let's go back. Let's have a look at that. I'm gonna have a little preview of that. Alright. Alright. Let's go back to the live. So, do indeed. She's just like, alright, that is my choice. That's probably what she's saying. Let go with my tie. Oh yes. Well, good. Go get it. Oh, she's. Oh, go get it. I'll look back at this. This is too funny. Well, I'm glad you find this funny. This is kind of like a comedy part of the stream. Wait for it to jump up at this toy. Oh. for a walk, Rob? I'm live streaming. Are you taking for a walk then? Okay. What do you? Right then, looks like it's. Well, it looks like the dog play's over for now because my dad's just is taking her on a walk. So let's get back to what I was doing. Right, where have I put my phone? Oh, oh yes, there. Yeah, they all for now, Nelly. Right, let's put the camera right. Put my thing right. Let's reposition this. Let's get screen share back on now, shall we? Screen share. Sure. There we go. So, Alfredos Gaming and Trains, can we just see my ninth video from Bank Holiday Monday? And it was a horrible misuse, but St. Fagans level crossing. Did you know there are lights for tankers down at Luton Airport? To be honest, I haven't even been to Luton Airport, so I wouldn't know. Um, will the Formula One race car? Right. So I live in Luton. All right. Bedfordshire. You know what? Let's have a look on Google Maps now, shall we? Because why should I not? Let's move on to Google Maps then. I'm gonna have a look at Norfolk Toll, see if I've actually updated, which they have not. They haven't updated since 2009. And there's a level crossing, open level crossing sign there, which isn't there now, sadly. What the? Why is it just jump? Oh wow! Google has screwed up their images. Look at this. Look, I'm literally here a minute, literally here, and then when I try to go up this way, it goes all the way to the other side, like all the way back to here. What the hell is that all about? It never used to be like that. Why is it messed up like this? Oh, someone needs to report this. That's not meant to do that. Search Percival Way in Bedfont. It's where the it's where the tankers are. What tankers? Let's have a look at Blightdown, shall we? And I haven't updated here. I'm just going to have a look at what's been on. I'll be with you. I'll be back in a second. I just need to check Discord. I need to just go have a look what's been posted on Discord. I'm just going to look through my phone. So I won't be reading reading the chat for just this moment. Let's find the chat. It's CHR chat room I'm looking for. CHR development. What the hell is that? This guy putting his finger on a Great Western Railway service and he's brought a hoodie up. What the hell is that all about? It looks like a weirdo he does. Anyways, back to this. Tankers with level crossing lights? I've never known that. Percival Way in Bedfont. Amsterdam Trains UK just posted it in the chat. Bedfont. Percival Way in Bedfont. Civil Way Bedfont. Or you talk? Is it Feltham you're talking about? Or Luton? Oh, Bedford. Oh, I misread that. I'm an idiot. No, where is it? Can you tell me where exactly it is? Like, which pinpoint is it closest to? Is it near the Gulfstream Luton parking lot or Monarch Aircraft Engineering? There's some traffic lights. Have a look. Is he back this one by any chance? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see. Fuel tankers turning. Never seen one of them before. That's quite unique. Arriva Trains Wales have been taken over and new trains for Arriva Trains Wales are transport for Wales. Yeah, I've heard about that. What are these things on the back? Hang on a minute, I thought they were pie. Oh, they are pipe wigwags. Hang on, why are the lights different in 2015? Oh, it's a different set of lights, that's why. Oh, so they changed the lights not too long ago to Pike Signals Limited ones. Oh, so that's why. So that looks quite interesting. What are these things on the back though? I'm really interested to know. Looks like some different lights or something. I tell you, I've never seen anything like this before. Oh, they are lights. Look at my channel to see them active. Yeah, I'll look at them later. If I get around to it. Alright, you have to go then. Alright, I'll see you later. Right. Ugh. Yawn. Why did I switch my phone off? Alright. Let's have a look at Woburn Sands. Because why not? Because I'm kind of near that. The halogens are still there as of July 2018. I'm surprised they haven't upgraded it, to be fair. Kind of cool at the same time, though. All the crossings on this line are halogen and haven't been upgraded. My horrible misuse video is called Horrible Misuse St Fagans Level Crossing, Cardiff. I feel like I've seen that one before. Is there any level crossings that still have the old 1960s lights that only have two red lights and no amber light? I don't think there is, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't know if that light's actually been changed or not. Very much doubt it. Because that light looks to have been like painted over or something. Or it looks newer than it has done. Because look, the boards are kind of more of a greyish colour in 2010, but then in 2012 they've been painted black, and yet and yet for some reason the other ones are kind of a grey colour, like faded grey. Might be that. It could be old. It could be older stock halogens, to be fair, because in 2004, they probably because I noticed like halogens from the date back to 2005 don't even look in a condition like them, like faded boards. Like this one, for example. This one was installed in 2004. All the crossings on this time were installed in 2004. Well, the lights were anyway on all the crossings. And yet again, that light there looks faded a bit in 2009, and then in 2010, it looks like they've either replaced it or repainted it because it looks new again. I think they've actually replaced it because it actually looks kind of new. Yeah, I think it's a new one. Actually, I think they replaced that one actually with a newer one. Because look at it; it looks newer and cleaner. So I think it is a new one. To be honest, to be honest, are they still making halogen lights? I don't think so. Marston level crossing, also known as. Excuse me, why are you taking photos of my house? Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, Very Lane. Oh, it's just a user work crossing, nothing special whatsoever. Richmond, which is apparently where all the Marston Vale line crossings are controlled from. I don't know where exactly though. I don't know where the control centre is. Or it might be that building there actually, I think. I don't know really. Not sure actually. Because I know all the crossings on this line are controlled from Ridgemont, from a control center, which is actually in Ridgemont somewhere, or around Ridgemont somewhere. Let's go back to 2010, see if we can get a. I heard Nelly bark. Yeah, she did. She did bark just. Ridgemont tea rooms. Free tea. Yes. Lidlington. I don't know why the halogens on this line look so old, even though they were 2004. Sometimes she barks quite loud, yeah. Not gonna lie. And there's the very crossing where this woman came out and just had a go at Joan Will Plummer. This house, it's got an older 1990s light there as well. Excuse me, why are you taking a photo of my house? Yeah, I know, right? Millbrook. Yeah. I don't know why these crossings look so old and they're only date back to 2004. It's not really that old. It's only 14 years ago. And yet there are crossings that look newer than this. And yet they date back to, I don't know, 2003 or something. Or maybe in the late 1990s. Well, to the wigwag point of view anyway. All crossings on this line are halogens still. Yeah, I know. Stewartby. There's a crossing called Stewartby Brickworks as well, but no one's filmed it though because apparently it's private. This kind of looks like Bleasby, to be fair. They might upgrade Pencoy than OD with LED lights. What? I've not heard about them upgrading it. I've only seen something like, I don't know, like a barrier renewal or something. The Brickworks crossing's up there. Which can't be accessed, sadly. There's Kempston Hardwick. Seeing as I've got robots.org up, let's have a look. I love Forest City halogens. Well, speaking of Forest City halogens, there's actually a lift bridge near me that has Forest City halogens, I believe. In Majors Green. I'll show you that in a minute, actually. St George is apparently due for a barrier renewal, I think. Or it might have already been done, actually, I don't know. Because I did hear apparently St George's was having a barrier renewal. I don't know if they've already done that or not. I don't know, really. I don't know why it says Ponsarn Lane, because it doesn't say Ponsarn Lane on Google Maps. Only 6 days left until Hawks and barrels are replaced. Hopefully they'll replace the east-west alarms too. I'd hate to say this, but I very much doubt they'll replace the east-west alarms. Nothing for Llantrison West. Pencoed, let's have a look at that one. There's a few works going on. 18th to the 19th. To replace barrier pedestals. Because it's in a lane, so that's why it's called Ponsarn Lane. But the crossing name is actually just Ponsarn. Uh, uh, there's no actual crossings, and there's no actual road called Ponsarn Lane. I don't think so. Barrier pedestal replacement on the 18th and 19th of November. Stone blower. Barrier pedestals again. Stone blower. Coy Church. That's not on the road though, so there won't be anything shown on here. It's just a footpath. Let's have a look at Risker Lime Kiln Crossing. I just saw a McDonald's sign. there's something for Risker Lime Kiln. But luckily, it's not a light replacement, which I'm glad about because it's one of the newest halogens in the UK. Okay, the network Southwest has to lead now, so I'll see you later. Obviously, nothing for Caldecott, I suppose. I like Caldecott crossing. Unipark rail halogens, yes, that is correct. Not very many around now. In fact, I don't know if there's any other crossings other than Lime Kiln that have got Unipart halogens. now. I want to check Llanelli. I'll check in a minute. I'm going to look up the Gloucester route, Gloucester to Newport route first. I very much doubt there's anything due for those crossings, but oh well. Oh, there's something that they need. What? You are what? To replace barrier pedestal? Or unless that's actually the control pedestal itself at the Lydney station crossing. I don't know. I'd be surprised if they were actually replacing the barriers there, to be honest, because they're not even that old. They're only 6 years old. Go away, Beat. Go away. Oh god. Nothing for Nass crossing or Nace or whatever it is. I don't know. I always think it's Nass because that's what I said in the first. That's how I said it in the first place. Oh, there's one for Or. The Barrett or Junction. Don't know why it says Or Junction level crossing. Is subject to a road closure in order to undergo what? Doesn't say anything after that. Obviously, the next crossing is Westbury on 7. There's something there. 31st of October to the 1st of November. Nothing special. No barrier renewal, sadly. Lee. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Let's work back up towards my area. Something for Horton Road. Annual maintenance checks. I'm actually wondering when they're actually replacing the barriers at Northway and Purton, because they're quite old. To be honest, I would like to see new barriers at those crossings, but then at the same time, I don't really what. But at the same time, it would be Well, after a while, I'll be kind of thinking, oh, I wish the old barriers were still there. They're one of the oldest Smiths barriers and probably one of the oldest around as well, because they date back to 1985. They date back to 1985. I mean, what? That is quite old. I mean, no joke. There's another person there. Both crossings at Llanelli have E2S alarms. Yeah, I know. I've seen videos of those crossings before. I'm not really a big fan of E2S, to be fair. I find E2S quite annoying, and in general, E2S alarms are quite boring because they all sound the same. And the voice message is quite annoying as well. Coleraine level crossing over here has at 1989 Smiths barriers. Not the oldest Smiths barriers around in the UK. Barriers at Northway, Purton, and Heel and Bradninch are probably like one of the basically probably one of the oldest ones around because they date back to 1985, which is quite old, really quite old. I saw Dunhampstead. When? I didn't look at Dunhampstead. Dunhampstead's all the way up here. Well, unless you saw it when I was. No, Dunhampstead's all the way up here. What, something for Hollingly? What, barrier panels? Hmm. Nothing for Dunhampstead, obviously. Yeah, neither am I, to be fair. I'm not really a big fan of E2S alarms. By the way, I still don't get why people think filming level crossings is a wrong thing. Well, it isn't a wrong thing, actually. Um, so I'm just curious, what makes you say that? Say saying like people think filming level crossings is a wrong thing. E2S alarms are okay, but Yoda alarms are better lots of tones on them. Any crossings with klaxon sounders? I see a dynamics sign on the screen. Yeah, it's right in front of me. Discord. What have you got for me? Let's just go back. I can't be bothered to look at Discord at the moment. Let's have a look at Leicester. No, nothing special there. There's a Stoke Prime near Leicester. There's one near Bromsgrove as well. Right, let's go back on maps for now. Oh, let's go into Devon, shall we? Probably one of my favourite counties. I like probably one of my favourite counties for crossings. And this is probably one of my favourites in Devon. The Red Cow crossing in Exeter. Very good crossing to film, actually, if you ask me. Because it's 6 tracks, 6 Yoda alarms. As you can probably see, as I'll show you in a second. There is hello to Rachel Harper, who's just joined. Anyways, as I was just saying, there is one Yoda alarm there, just here, and there is one here, and then over there, there's another Yoda alarm there under that display board, and another Yoda alarm there. So there's 2 in the middle of the crossing, and then there's another Yoda alarm there, and another one there. So this crossing has 6 alarms, and I think it's probably one of the only. I think it's one of the two in the UK with 6 alarms. There's another one uh, near Nottingham, I think, in somewhere in Yorkshire, which also has 6 alarms on it. Also, this is quite a unique crossing as well because because you can actually go across when the barriers are down under like a crossing attendant who like stands in the middle of the crossing. And yeah, it's quite very busy crossing as well. Hence why it's one of my favourites. 6 tracks as well, making it one of the largest in the UK. Coleraine has 6 Oh yeah, that one too. But I mean, like, sort of the way the alarms are set up on the crossing, like 2 on one side, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the other. There's two that are set up like that. Colorado's a rather interesting set, quite an interesting one actually, because it has 5 barriers. Quite a weird one actually. Slightly well, not really, but it kind of reminds me of Walton's Hole, which has 6 barriers. I like looking at these rare crossings. I've always found them quite interesting, but crossings that you don't come across like every day, like I don't know, um, crossings with massive wigwags or something, or crossings with 6 alarms or something, or 6 barriers or 3 barriers or something like that. It's just so Springbank West, wherever that is. There it is. I can see it already. I don't know whether I'll be going to this one anytime soon, but it's one that I'm quite interested in. Quite a unique crossing because it's like a dual carriageway crossing, as you can see. Just look at the setup here. So there's 2 barriers on the entrance side. There's one here, and there's one just over in the very distance over there, right here. And then there's 2 on the exit side. So 2 here and 2 here. Quite a unique crossing, actually. Not only that, halogen pedestrian lights, which don't even have a red man on it. Weirdly enough, John Adam Richardson had a really bad hangman there. Yeah, because some idiot just decided to go across and just stand there, like the Totten incident, for example. I think it's the only dual carriageway crossing in the UK. No, it isn't actually. There's one in Lydney, which is a dual carriageway crossing. Remember the Lydney A48 bypass crossing, and there is one near Wallingford. With me, which I'll show you this now. Lydney A48 bypass was kind of a motorway. Well, not a motorway, sorry, dual carriageway. I mean, these A road bypass crossing. I'll just rare. It's a shame they upgraded this. They've already upgraded this, to be honest. I kind of wish they didn't do anything to it. I can understand why they did it, but it's a shame I didn't get to film it. It happened too soon. Oh my god, it would be absolutely chaos if it was if there was a crossing on a motorway. That would cause absolute chaos. Because literally, imagine a crossing that to be low for 3 minutes, and imagine the and literally just imagine how much traffic will be backing up on the motorway. It would just be it would be literally just bursting through the roof or something. Like it would just be unbelievable seeing all this traffic just backing up because a crossing is being put down or something. Sorry. And the other one I'm talking about is the Wallingford bypass. Um, I don't know if it's official name is actually called A4130 bypass, but I don't know. And there's the other crossing it's basically the same as Lydney, but apart from the fact it's got different pedestrian lights and the barriers are longer. And it's more or less in the middle of nowhere, basically, on a main road. Not gonna lie, this does actually look kind of similar to Lydney A48 bypass. If it was an AHB, then there would also probably be a risk of someone jumping the lights and getting hit by a train or something. It wouldn't cause that much a huge like backup in traffic, but still, if an incident happened, then there would be a. If an incident happened on an AHB on a motorway, then it would still cause absolute chaos. Yeah, this crossing is basically the same as Lydney, apart from the fact it's wide. The road, apart from the fact it's wider. The apart from the fact the road's wider, it's got longer barriers as well. So yeah, both of them, they both look almost identical. There's an E2SA 100 alarm on this crossing. Oh yeah, I wonder why they put that on there. For some reason, um, on this crossing and the old Lydney A48 bypass crossing, it only seemed like that only two of the alarms were sounding. The XC alarms seemed to have been deactivated, were either broken or deactivated. Because I could only hear two alarms sounding on this crossing. This alarm didn't appear to be sounding at all here. Is it? I believe this one's still at halogens. And probably because it's a heritage line, it probably won't be upgraded to LEDs yet. You'll have to visit this crossing eventually. Yeah, I really want to. This is one crossing I'd want to go to. I'd like to catch this one before they do upgrade it, if they ever do. I don't know because if they do before I go, then that's it. I'm literally done with crossings. Jokes. I'm not actually. I'm just kidding. But if they do happen to upgrade it before I even get the chance to go to it, then I will get really mad about it. Like I got I got a bit mad about the fact that they upgraded the Ligny A48 bypass because that was the nearest because that was closer to me. And to be honest, I think I would prefer the Ligny A48 bypass crossing to this one. To be fair, because it's actually got a pavement, like an actual proper footpath. So yeah, are you coming back to Wales soon? I think I will do one day. South Coast Level Crossings is just uploaded. Both this and Lydney A48 were both installed around the same time. This was in 1993, 92, and 1995. I think it was 1995 because it had the back of the lights were were grey. It had the grey backs at Lydney A48. If I show you, whereas Wallingford, whereas the Wallingford crossing had black backs. I'll go back to 2000 now, so it's a bit more clearer to see. Yeah, it had the grey backs. This one had the grey backs. So um, I think the A48 bypass in the Lydney A48 bypass is newer than the Wallingford bypass crossing. Judging by the fact it's got grey backs instead of black backs, yeah, both of them had dying alarms too. Um, to be honest, um, I think Wallingford was probably worse. To be fair, because one of the alarms just kept sort of glitching out, like it's just doing this really. It sounds like that alarm's choking or something. Whereas Lydney A48 whereas the crossing here, I think it was the alarm on this post actually, where the alarm is just sort of changing its tone. Like when the barriers go up, it just sort of drops its pitch. Probably because like the current, like probably something to do with the current going through the alarm. Like the barrier really takes up the current of the alarm, like the current that goes through the alarm. Because I've heard that like how night mode actually works is like they change the current of the alarm, like they put it on a lower current to which makes it quieter and also makes it sound different at the same time. And and when they put the alarm on a higher current, it goes louder. That's what Adam Richardson told me anyway, and I think that does sort of make sense actually. Sounded like it sounded like wire 5 with really low power. The lights got really dim when the bar was raised, and they flashed afterwards. Yeah. I kind of want to call it a tail ring malfunction or something. Uh, and yes, I can actually see why the lights reactivate after they cut out again. It's like due to the barriers, either one barrier being slow or both of them being slow, or just or one barrier gets up and it's sort of like a bit of a delay with the other barrier going up. Or on some crossings, like Ponce Arm, for example, um, like the first barrier got up, um, actually, I think it was about 3 or 4 seconds after the lights cut out first, and then and the alarms came cut off, and then when the lights and the alarms actually reactivated because of the slow barrier. Let's have a look. Let's look at one of my videos. Yes, I did get the counties wrong when I went because I said South Glamorgan when I went, but it's actually Vale of Glamorgan. And St Fagans is actually in the county of Cardiff, and St George's is also Vale of Glamorgan. Also, another difference between these two crossings: one used to have halogen boom lights, and one has LED boom lights. Yeah, that's on my video. My video is actually sort of hiding somewhere. Where is it? Oh my god, there's so many videos of that crossing now. I can't even find mine. Oh, I can't even find mine. Let's put my. Let's do this. There we go.
Right guys, so pumps on level crossing, South level with also burn. Comes 11:42 on Monday the 20th of February 2017. This is for you 11:38, 1 Whiskey 14, a Reaper train from Gloucester from Milford Haven to Manchester Piccadilly. We've got 17577.
Okay, I'm going to count how many seconds from the lights going out to going back on. 1, 2. I was just under 3 seconds. Just under 3 seconds that was. Not gonna lie,
and they go. 42 on the.
not gonna lie, I think I would have preferred if the alarms were the same volume as they were before. I think I preferred it when it was louder, to be fair. It's interesting how the halogens at Ponce on level crossing had the backs painted black before they were replaced. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I know they I know they put screw-on borders over the top of them. Bef where when they were painted black. Because the red and white paintwork or stripes had sort of faded away. What I don't really get though, is that how sort of halogens from like I don't know the early 2000s, like the 10 years in, and they look faded, some of them, and halogens from like I don't know 2005 or something, 10 years and they don't look faded, and they barely even look faded. They look literally like new looking. Like Ashford Bowder, for example, that had been in since like 2005 or 2006. Um, and it was there for at least probably like 10 to, and the halogens were probably there for at least 10 years, and they barely aged. Same with Leicester and Wellington. They didn't even look that old. Well, they they literally didn't even look that old, like 10 years in, and yet some of the other halogens that you know, it's probably due to the kind of weather they get exposed to. I don't know about that actually. Because going back to I think it was what crossing was it? Aspley guys. Why am I putting level crossing? Take that off. Why is it not go? Why is it not loading? There we go. What's kind of confusing, like, is like how right. There's Aspley guys, right? Let's have a look at one of the halogens. This is quite a recent imagery. So look at this halogen over there. It's not really that easy to see, but let's go back to 2017. Yeah, it's a bit clearer to see here. Um, that's literally new looking, like not faded at all. And this one, oh, hang on. Yeah, that light's been in since like I think 2010 because they looked to have replaced because I think they replaced this one with a newer light. So that was probably like 8 years old, and it's not even faded. 2010. There it is, and then goes back to 2009. That's the older. That's an old. That looks older, and I think it's actually an older set as well. That was there originally. I can tell it's a new one as well because in 2010 it looks literally spotless, and then in 2009 it's obviously been hit, and it was kind of dirty. The lights have been in for 5 years. Had been in for nearly 5 years, and they look kind of like faded to sort of a darkish grey, and then obviously a new light put in, and then 7 years later it doesn't even it's not even faded somehow. It might be it might be sort of like it might be because like they might put a different finish on the paintwork on the lights, so that might be why. Like a smoother, like sort of finish, paint finish, like more of a glossy paint finish. Whereas before it's probably more like a matte paint finish or something. Well, I'm not too certain about that, but I think that's what it is. What crosses will you go to when you come back to Wales? Well, there's crossings that I really do want to go to at some point. I want to go to Isle of Anglesey and film Valley and Gerwin because they still have halogens, and you know, as you may probably know, I've I actually quite like halogens now. I actually prefer halogens over LEDs now. At one point, I did actually prefer LEDs over halogens, but I changed my mind on that a couple of years ago. I decided that I actually preferred halogens over LED because halogens are becoming more rare now. Right. So whilst waiting for for my phone to sort of load up for images because I want to show that I took earlier today. There's Gerwin, 5 years, and they've not really faded at all. They look quite new. Uh, and what about visiting Clanfair through Gringilgoggery through Groblantis Celia Gogaga, if I pronounce that right? Level crossing. I don't know about that one to be fair because it's a manual gated crossing, and I'm not really a fan of manual crossings with just manual gates. Um, We'll see about that. Oh. The crossings that I'm interested in most is Gerwin and Valley because they have halogens still. In 2007, I think this crossing was installed. Yeah, the lights are a little bit faded, but they still don't look that old. They don't really. They don't look too. They don't look anything like Aspley Guys or any of the crossings on the Black Sheet of Bedford line. Yeah, request stop. Oh, I thought I was going to say now. I was going to say hello to AB Trains. Um, I I just finished Roblox night. Yeah. I've got directions up. Don't know why that came up. So I'm gonna have a look across it, Lincolnshire now on Google Maps. Firstly, I'm gonna have a look at Allington Crossing. Wherever that is, it's near Grantham. There it is. Because I know the box isn't actually that old. It dates back to 2005, along with the barriers and light. Well, not the lights. They date back to 2015. But Allington Lane. It's kind of a shame it doesn't have allergens uh, anymore. And it's also a shame that it never got filmed with halogens. 'Cause literally, Joe went there once, like for the first time, hoping to catch it with halogens, and he literally missed it by about a day. Literally missed the halogens by about a day, apparently. Um, yeah, NRS halogens and kind of a fairly new box as well. Why can't we look in Cambridgeshire? Oh yeah, I will do that in a minute. Thorpe Culvert was installed in 2003. I found out not too long ago, along with the box as well. The signal box at Thorpe Culvert was also put up in 2003. Um, and it's kind of cool to think that actually, because I was also born in 2003. Um, I've known that for ages. What do you mean? What, just curious, what you actually, what do you mean by that? What, and also, apparently, Maney was also installed in 2003, although it doesn't sound like a 2003 crossing, judging by the sound of the alarms. They sound like more like 2005 alarms. I knew that Fort Colbert was installed in 2003. Oh, right, yeah. I'm kind of looking at it. It's like this light has faded, but all the others haven't. Like they've not even faded at all, unless they happen to have repainted the boards over, which I don't know about. I don't think they have though. Um, Mainly, I think was also in. I forgot what I was going to say now. Halogen lights were still being used up until around 2004 to 2005. I think 2004 to be, if I'm perfectly honest, um because Lancashire Colton crossing was installed in February 2005, and it had LED barrier lights. I'm pretty sure. Um, and also the halogens with like the bigger NRS label on the back of the lights started appearing in 2005 as well. So, so I think like the wigwags without the NRS sticker on the back of it, they in the corner of the lights were probably installed before 2005. I think. Stuart B had barrier lights. LED barrier lights came into use around 1999 to 2000, so they were used both for a few years. I wonder which was the first crossing to have LED barrier lights then. I think Tallington, when it had Smiths had not halogen, sorry, LED barrier lights when they were first installed. Well, judging by the fact on the plate it says LED by the serial number. Um, yeah. um, so yeah, what I was going to do actually, I've got some pics that I want to show. Pictures, photos, what do you want to say? That one's too low. Can we check Taunton? Uh, Possibly Stone Church Street. and Aston by Stone level crossings. They had LED barrel lights in 2001. Yeah. No, it's not this one. So earlier today, I saw one of the new West Midlands Railway livery class 172s. What's the logo? Caldecott had them in 2000. All right. Yeah. Just waiting for photos to load. Yeah, saw 172335 in its new livery. It's starting to become more common now. 338's also been done recently, I think. There you go. So this was the train I caught back to the lake down earlier today. I was actually on this unit. This was taken at Hagley Station, just coming back from the coming back from school, and hold on. Let me find a. Hang on. Whoa, wait. Why is it gone into this? Oh, no. Actually, let me go out a second. Right. That's there we go. So that was it, just pulling out the station earlier today. An order delivery was on the back of it as well, but I don't know what the number was. Because literally the second I took the photo of that, I just walked away. Yeah. To be honest, out of the purple ended one and out of this one, I prefer this one, the one with the orange end or golden end, whatever you want to say. Because it looks better. It kind of makes it stand out better. Because to be honest, having a purple front on a DMU just looks weird on a modern one, if you ask me. Yeah. And there's Lydney Junction, literally just when I went there about a week ago. A48. Literally just being upgraded. Whoops. Oh, one of the old pedestrian lights is still standing as well. You can see there. There's a new pedestrian light. And there's the old pedestrian light just wrapped in this plastic bag. And the old alarm's still up as well. The old light. Oh, I don't know. I don't think it. I bet they probably removed it by now. But I bet. There's the back of it. There's the Forest City sticker there, and also a Forest City cast-on logo there as well. I've been on a few new liveries, 158s and 159s recently. I've also been on 159014 with its new interior. It's really nice. Oh yeah. I'm a tad well, they haven't done the interiors on the on any of the West Midlands Railway units yet. What video is this? The 800 sound like a javelin. Hmm. Forest City pedestrian lights are so rare. Yeah, I know. Shame I didn't get to film the old crossing. Um. Yeah, that's my Gloucestershire video folder. I'm gonna go out of that. And this is just kind of a random question I just come up with. Haven't you just thought about Lidney's a lot dodgy alarm? Um, What is your favorite dodgy alarm? Like the way the sounds produced. Do you like, I don't know, like an alarm like Cradle Eve or something, or an alarm that starts off really dodgy fast and then goes to a flat tone, or something like that, or a really sort of jumpy alarm or something? Which one would you say do you like the most? It's a bit of a shame that there are no videos of the previous Sherborne level crossing. Hmm. Anyway, my personal favourite is the fast dodgy tone to the flat tone in that goes into the flat. It goes into a flat tone. I think it's really cool how it does that. Although it's not really meant to do that, but I've actually find that quite funny. Uh, yeah, like cracked. Wait, has Pencoy got a cracked alarm or something? So is it a cracked alarm that's causing it to mess up then? Because I haven't noticed a crack in that alarm. And I can see why. I can sort of tell why Wobra's alarm's gone a bit weird. Like it goes like high pitch or something. What about the alarm at like at Stoke Edith where they go at a really fast speed? Oh yeah, I like that as well. I think that's quite funny actually. Um, but I think out of Harwich, bleh, Alexandra Road and Stoke Edith, I think the Harwich Alexandra Road is probably. I think I actually like that better. To be fair, because it starts off a normal time and then it's just like suddenly goes faster. I think it's quite funny how it does that. It's like it's been taken on drugs or something. like you stated in the comments on that video. Um, you know what I hate at Corey Church? What what do you hate at Corey Church? Yeah, I said that. Is that when the train goes over and the light stays red for like 2 minutes and then goes green? Yeah, I guess it can be somewhat annoying when there's like a delay and the light's going back to green or something. Or I've never known that happen before. Well, I have, but not in a miniature stoplight crossing. I can remember when Bucknell just sort of like like well, last time I went to Bucknell, like last year, there was a train coming from Shrewsbury to Swansea, and usually the trains coming from Craven Arms, the crossing's usually activated automatically by the treadle, like further up the line. But when I went that one time, the train came, but it already gone over the treadles and it didn't trip the crossing, and therefore the train driver had to get out of his cab and operate it with a key, and then obviously put the crossing, which obviously put the crossing down, and then went across the crossing, and then the conductor came out. The came out. The crossing didn't deactivate after the train went across. So the conductor had to get out, and he tried to deactivate it by using the plungers and pedestals, but that didn't work. So got reported to the control center, and I just left it, and the crossing was like stuck down for like another 5 minutes, and then it eventually deactivated. Um, and also it was weird, kind of a similar situation at Wellington as well. Like I saw the train coming, and and it took like 2 minutes for the for the no, not 2 minutes actually, 5 minutes. Um, for the barriers to go down. So it was either something wrong with the treadles or the train was going really slow. Um, and then the crossing went down. The train didn't come until like a couple of minutes after the barriers went down. And then the train just came up to the crossing. It just stopped before the crossing. The train driver got out of his cab and went up to the telephone, lifted the handset, and then placed it back down again. And and then and then another train turned up from the opposite direction from towards Shrewsbury. Um, and then the train driver also got out of his cab and lifted the phone. Lifted the went to the phone box over on that side and lifted the handset off that phone and placed it back down again, and then carried on afterwards. They both started moving again, and once the trains had cleared off the crossing, it took like 2 minutes for the barriers to go back up again. And I don't even know why it took that long for them to go back up. Back up. Oh, why am I going out? Anyways, we're getting a bit tired now, actually, from all that talking. Was it a malfunction? I'm not too sure about that. Um, malfunction because it didn't activate automatically from Shrewsbury or Craven Arms, and it didn't deactivate by itself either. I don't really know, to be honest. Have you seen 175-107 tour? Not me personally, no. But I have heard about that one being reliveried though. Because yeah, I've heard that yesterday Transport for Wales took over River Trains Wales. Sadly. I have a question for you watching the stream right now. What is your opinion on the new Transport for Wales livery? I really want to know your opinions on it. I like it. It's fairly similar to Race for Anglia. TK Train says he doesn't mind it. I'm starting to enjoy it. I saw it on the TV this evening at Dinas Powys, but I live in Caerphilly. Yeah. Every time when AB Trains does a Roblox video, everyone tells him to use a screen recorder. Oh god. I don't really know why I don't really see the point why people should carry on asking him to use a screen recorder. Because if he doesn't want to use a screen recorder, then that's his decision. Quite simply. Um, and to be honest, I wouldn't care if he used a screen recorder or not. Either way, I don't really mind it because even if it doesn't look as good as you if you use a screen recorder, but I don't really give a crap about it. About the decisions he makes about whether he wants to use a screen recorder or not. A screen recorder is basically what I'm doing now. So basically, you're recording on the screen without. You don't know what a screen recorder. A screen recorder is basically what I'm doing right now. It's basically this what I'm doing right now, like recording on my screen. Just like this. This Roblox video is rubbish because it doesn't contain a screen recorder. It is channel. he chooses what he wants to do. Record. Yeah, exactly. I don't see why people should pester him into trying to into using a screen recorder. There's no point. It's just a waste of time, really. And to be honest, I think getting annoyed about it is probably going to trigger them to get carry on trying to make you use a screen recorder. Um, I think if he just ignored those screen recorder rubbish, then or stuff like that, then they'll probably eventually stop and just give up. And you think it would just all go away, basically. Um, yeah. So yeah, I think I might. I think I'm probably going to finish off the stream now because one, I'm getting tired, and two, it's getting a little bit late. So, and I've been streaming for quite a while anyway. So, thanks for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed. Um, and if you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button because I like likes. And I hope you enjoyed watching. And thanks very much for watching. And I will see you next time. I'll see you later.